everybody, it's Mr. XStitch. I'm here. It's another weekly vlog number, let's say 7, maybe. Hopefully, this is working because I've been recording weekly vlogs on my phone, and then I'm in my office. I've got a camera above my computer. Don't have to lift food. Don't have to be doing this. So I'm going to try it. Hopefully you can hear me right. Otherwise I'll get this bad boy out. But it's just production values go up the minute you start doing that. Do you know what I mean? Next thing you know, I'm doing jump cuts because I'm editing out all the gaps. That sort of thing. How are you, my friends? It's nice to see you. It's nice to be here. It's nice to remember to do this thing. I'm just in the middle of various admin tasks today. Got some funky house music on Mixcloud. Don't know whether any of you listen to Mixcloud. Don't know whether any of you have ever heard of Worldwide FM, an online streaming platform that plays brilliant music. I absolutely love it. I listen to about 6 or 7 different shows from there, and it's really unfortunate because it seems as though they're going to have to close down because they can't afford to keep the lights on, which is a bit of a bummer because there's so many good DJs. Colleen Cosmo Murphy, Lefto, Colin Curtis, Giles Peterson, all these people that play really good music. If you ever want some music to just listen to while you're working, or if you're having a party or whatever, just get your Bluetooth speaker, download the Mixcloud app, listen to it on your computer or whatever. Look for Worldwide FM, there's so much stuff. I love listening to new music that I've never heard before. And there are so many good, like Lefto's brilliant, he's a DJ from Belgium and just plays really, sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's jazz, sometimes it's experimental. There's a guy called Nerd Show who's on there as well, who's on another thing called Soma FM, which I really like. All right, Elliot. Elliot's my music homie. Yeah, so I've got the music on today. I'm doing a thing that sometimes I'm such a knucklehead, right? Here's an example of me being a knucklehead. I've got an embroidery and needlecraft blog. I forget to do blog posts about my cross-stitch magazine on my embroidery and needlecraft blog. That's pretty dumb, so I do that. Another dumb thing I've done is I've got automated emails. So I use a thing called MailChimp, and if you join my mailing list you get a sequence of like 7 emails that I send you, tell you a bit about me, tell you a bit about the magazine, all those sorts of things, and they come out. I haven't set up Google Analytics on any of them, so I've got no idea how they're performing. And so that's what I'm doing today, is going through and being like, oh, why didn't I do that every single time? I've had these things set up for ages and I've always been like, I wonder whether the email I send to someone that says, hey, you left something in your shopping cart, wonder whether that works, and can't seem to find out because they never turn the bloody analytics on. So there's a tip for you. And what you can also do, I did turn it on for a new thing I set up, but I didn't actually name the analytics with anything particularly useful. So it was always like, I don't know, email with a date and a random thing. It's like, I just look at them in like analytics and be like, what's that? What's that all about? Ridiculous. So now I've set those up in a way that will make sense to me, and I can start to look and see whether if I send an email it leads to a sale on my website. Website's only been going for 5 years. You would have thought I'd cottoned on to this already, but it's one of those 1% improvements I'm trying to do. Just did a 1% improvement. I fixed the 404 error page on Mr. XStitch. So when you go to a page that isn't there anymore, it used to just be like, wrong, and now it's marginally funny. Tiny improvements, right? I use Notion, as some of you will know, for tracking all this stuff. I'm going to stick a link in the description. If you haven't tried Notion already, you should definitely try it. It's probably the best task management software of all of them, and I've got various processes for like managing blog posts, all the way from like finding them on Instagram to putting them on Notion, sending them an email, working out whether I'm going to write about them and all those sorts of things. Whole processes for that, processes for managing the magazine, anything. I'm kind of trying to do a bit of a second brain function on it. So anything I think of that I need to do a process for, put it down in Notion, can put it on my phone. Like, it's so flexible. You Google Notion stuff, it's ridiculous how much you can do with it. So if you're like Asana, Trello, Microsoft To Do, Microsoft Outlook, all those sorts of things, try Notion, man. Try Notion. Let me know how you're getting on with it if you already use it. But click on the link. It's an affiliate link. That'll throw me a couple of bones. Yeah, and in my latest Business Homies newsletter, which I will also... Well, if you sign up for my newsletter, link in the description, you can choose to be a business homie as well. And then you get kind of my businessy newsletter where once a month I just talk about what's going on in my mind. And I was talking lately about how I'm trying to get out of living in my inbox, because it's quite easy for us to use our inbox as the tool by which we manage our day, and that doesn't quite seem right. Cal Newport's book A World Without Email drew me into that. You know, it's like you get up in the morning, you check your emails, and then suddenly you're responding to some little fire that someone's lit underneath you when you don't really need to. You could probably be better spent, you know, doing the thing that's next on the list, the thing that actually might improve your business or improve your function or whatever. So I'm trying to do a bit more of that, finding a way to triage my emails and then deal with them in a sort of priority, as in, does this make a difference? Not, is somebody shouting at me the most? So yeah, it's been one of those weeks where I've just made tiny tweaks here and there, and it's been okay, I think. I'm still glad that the weekly vlog's going out, and now I put the weekly vlog in my email newsletter. So if you're listening to this and you get my email, you can listen to it again, you lucky devils. Anyway, if you've got any other productivity tips, give me a shout. If you want me to talk more about productivity, give me a shout. Send me a task. Don't do that. Oh, and then finally, the new episode of the Lovecraft Show just came out today. It's with Sarah Jane from Bella Coco Crochet. Second time we've had her on. It's a really good chat. We talk about how our business has changed and expanded since lockdown. We talk about imposter syndrome. We talk about various other things. There's a great bit at the end. We got a letter. We got an imaginary letter, and I got somebody imaginary to read it. So it's worth listening to the whole of the show just for that bit of prime time comedy. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves, and in the meantime, everybody, happy stitching.